evil geniuses, but we are going to go ahead and throw it back to our casters. Joining us once again here on the couch in the play-by-play position is Mott, and doing analysis is Fog. Guys, take it away for game 2.
Thanks, Sahaz. Welcome back onto the right couch. I guess left couch if you're viewing from the stream, but we are here with game number 2 between EG and CDEC.YOUTH. A very interesting game. The Huskar Dazzle combo, some would call cheese coming out fogged, others would just call good play and good drafting. There was an AA last pick, which of course you guys were talking about, which I'm particularly interested in, but thoughts on chances for CDEC.YOUTH in this second game against EG, especially after how well EG played in that first game?
I'm just worried because of the AA pick, honestly. Like, I think EG has a pretty decent lineup overall versus the Huskar anyway, and I think the AA just kind of seals the deal. They have a lot of different adjustments between, or a lot of different damage types and everything between all their heroes too. Even contesting the rune is kind of scary for CDEC.YOUTH. Like, Shadow Demon, Mirana, AA. Like, anyone who gets hit by an arrow, anyone who even positions himself improperly with the AA, like AA Chilling Touch, can just die even without getting stunned.
Disruption into arrow, yeah, and then Chilling Touch on top of that, which, I mean, the good thing about Chilling Touch is that, again, we talked about the Mirana's right-click last game. It's not particularly potent, but
yes,
in a game like this with Chilling Touch, it does make it a lot easier for you guys to, or excuse me, for EG to do some serious damage in the early game. So I don't think that we'll see the contention we saw out of the side of CDEC.YOUTH like we did last game at the top rune spot.
Yeah, definitely not. And taking a look at the warding situation, looks like we have some like mirror warding kind of coming out from both teams. They're kind of just some lane wards and then just keeping an eye on the ruin / mid area. River area from both teams.
Just some standard wards right now. Placed in lane, placed sort of towards lane. You can see Demons running away. His eye is going to have some vision, not quite in range to disrupt, nor does he have it skilled up yet, trying to determine whether or not he wants to go for that ability first. Poison Touch early on here on Dismail is not skilled up leap, and skilling up leap would be a little annoying. You can see that turn radius. It's like a robot slowly turning his body back towards him as he uses Tango, of course, sitting at half HP. It's a lot of damage just from one Poison Touch and a couple of break clicks, I feel like.
Yeah, this is a cool approach, though, that CDEC is doing. Sumail had such a great time in that mid lane the last game, so this game they take the approach of just kind of just messing with him and doing this like pseudo dual lane just for now.
Sumail is very dangerously low. He has a salve and 4 wand charges, but 4 wand charges will not save your life if you're getting caught out in a bad position, or at least it shouldn't unless you're very close to that tower.
Bench actually snipes out the board there with that terror there, so some nice experience going his way.
There's the disruption. They have no Chilling Touch, however, so Demons is just going to walk away. They don't have the damage in order to deal with this hero for the time being. Again, they don't have that lane, so they're not combining up the Shadow Demon as well as the Mirana, which is something we used to see as a support duo. But for now, it's just going to be the Shadow Demon sitting top, and actually the AA rotated earlier towards mid lane as we do see the Slaughter denying himself.
Yeah, the Slaughter actually went for boots first in this lane, so he has no way to go to the jungle. And he's very low on regen as well, so definitely hurtful for him.
That is a problem because no Iron Talon. That he is not getting any farm in that top lane. Like Chilling Touch, Disruption, Soul Catcher, Chilling Touch, and a Blade Fury, you are dead.
They might even just get him here.
Here's going to be the Disruption. There's no Soul Catcher yet, but here comes the Blade Fury. Although they have to sprint up and with boots, he's pretty speedy. No Gloom's back. They don't have a Disruptor, unfortunately, which would be super nice. But that's not the case, and so the Slaughter this time jukes to the north and is actually successful in making it away.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting how he's just like, all right, I'm out. Puts his Nikes on and just gets the hell out of there with sprint on.
It's level 1 sprint too, and I think the problem was that the Jug did not have his boots. You could see how slow he was. So
yeah, all the tri-lane level 1 there. So nice little escape there from Demons.
Maybe I was just talking about how he won't get farm, but he's got a pretty big creep wave under his tower now. So I think I spoke too soon, perhaps. And still, though, I don't think he's going to have a particularly great lane going on as Universe is, again, doing the... This time he's not even starting in the jungle. He hasn't picked up the Iron Talon. It looks like he will buy it now, but we have to keep our eyes on Universe. And he'll probably head to the jungle inevitably, but I'm sure he would like to lane up again. Well, again, against the Huskar Dazzle, it's very tough, so I don't know.
Yeah, I guess he thought he could just, once he recognized that Dazzle was starting the mid lane, he put some pressure on the dual lane down there, just force some XP and just keep the second support there, but he just quickly realizes that, you know what, I can just get a lot more out of the jungle, just Iron Taloning and then just TP that off lane whenever necessary.
I mean, can I ask you, why not just do that in every game as Universe on the Beastmaster? Why not just pick up an Iron Talon first every game?
I mean, you don't really it's more efficient in your own eyes when you're like, okay, yeah, of course I'm farming more, but then the supports on the other team are completely free to do whatever the hell they please. They don't have to zone you at all. They can just pull and get their levels, or they can just run around and make moves. So you kind of have to look at it as it's like a push-pull. You don't really want to like pull too much onto your side and give them too much room and everything to do their own thing.
You want to keep the supports tethered down to pretty much accomplishing zoning you out as much as possible in that offlane. Unfortunately, that's probably not going to be the case for Universe. Again, he's gone back home. I think he's picked up the full Iron Talon at this point. He should be heading to the jungle with it as we speak. He's level 3, so he's not doing particularly bad in levels, even this early on, but... Well,
definitely not as fast as he would have in just straight up jungling. And he's not really contesting the offlane either, really. He contested just a slight bit, but for the most part, he's just there, like, sapping XP, getting CS into the tower. The Huskar is going to have full free farm, for sure.
And the good thing is that he has, the jungle to work off of, and that, again, the Slaughter has nothing. He's level 3 right now. I wonder what level, or not level 3, excuse me, he has 3 less hits right now. I wonder what level the Slaughter is at this point in time, because I don't think he's doing, I guess he's pretty much close in experience with the Beastmaster, but it's still like he's not really getting farm. He's at boots, and that's about it the entire game. And like I said, because he started with boots, he doesn't get that Iron Talon. And Sodar is a hero that can use that Iron Talon in jungle if he wants to, so it's a little surprising that he didn't go for it. Even now, he has a 400 gold, so he's pretty close to it if he wants to, but not heading down that route.
Yeah, he's just kind of running around, doing whatever he pleases. He can't really do anything like we're mentioning. And EG getting a couple stacks up for themselves. Quite a slow early game though. Nobody really wanting to make that first move. We do see the Batrider go to farm some more stacks. They give the vent to lane a bit. And now we do seem to see that first rotation.
Here's the arrow. It should be coming from Smail. No, he's going to go for Inflame instead, and it just sidesteps it.
Oh, Zai.
Zai's in a lot of trouble. So the refresh will go. They should have matched missile, and they do. The Firefly will clean it up for Inflame, and they will get on the board first here. That's big, as they rotate a couple of heroes, and if they had gotten nothing out of that, that might have been a problem. That's a pretty good start for CDEC.YOUTH. Again, Fear again, got a pretty wide lead in terms of CS. 37 for the Huskar, the closest to Fear, who's sitting at 44 in that top lane currently. And Inflame finds himself that D ward with Sentry he just placed down. So some good movement for CDEC.YOUTH towards that mid lane. And they're farming well. Again, the Mirana doing okay, but the Batrider is 33 and 10, 25 and 10 for the Mirana for the time being. Universe, of course, that's the difference makers. The off lane not going really well for the Slaughter. Yes, he was just involved in a kill, but again, Universe finding plenty of CS as Victoria has to TP out, tries to go for the kill with Sumail in the arrow, and of course the Starstorm is not enough, and he will be able to make it away.
Ooh, did that get spotted?
I don't know. I think that was I believe an EG thing. Showing touch Blade Fury, and again it goes to the north. Shadow Poison with 2 stacks. He's got a Fairy Fire and keep himself alive. They need one more right click, or I guess they just need a little bit more damage and they'll get the kill, but it looks like he almost could have made it out there, but this time with boots, they are able to secure the kill on the Slaughter instead of him just juking to the north and piecing out.
Juicy, delicious experience for the supports on the side of EG. Nice kill there, and some nice damage on the tower.
Glyph comes out early, but you can already see setting up for defense. The Batrider's here in Flame. Shouldn't have his blink yet, I don't believe, but he has, of course, Windlace and Tranquils building into that looks like the drum at this point, so he's pretty speedy, but there is that Observer Ward there, so it's very tough for him to find a kill. They just at least stop the pressure on the tower a little bit, but then again, because of that, they're trading that mid lane. Sumail is now starting to at least get some right clicks on that tier 1 tower mid, so that's the trade-off when you send the Batrider to the top lane, as they set up for disruption. But again, the TP is going to be canceled by that Batrider who's going to head. he doesn't know what to do, man. He's like, all right, I'm going to go top, I'm going to go mid, I'm going to farm the jungle. Well, all right, let's just take a stack.
That's such like a funny scenario. He like walks up, he TP's up there, walks up, they see him, they back off. They put pressure on the offlaner again to force the TP. He TPs and cancels it instantly. Just like such a waste of time by your Batrider there.
Yeah, that was maybe not a good minute or two from the bat. He could have accomplished a bit more in that time span, but Universe smoked up at his level 6, and the common timing from Beastmasters is, of course, you get that level 6, it's nighttime, you look for that first kill, though 8 minutes is about to hit, so nighttime is about to end, and the smoke is about to dissipate. If he just keeps staying there, he's looking for someone to take that 8-minute rune. It's actually Sumail who picked it up on the Mirana with the Arcane Rune, so the smoke doesn't find anything for Universe. It's kind of interesting, as Inflame is going to take some Starstorm, Firefly, and 3 sticky Napalm stacks Flame break back, should be a lasso, and he's actually going to fall. They don't even need the lasso from Inflame, just the Firefly sticking Napalm, and the Flame break, more than enough damage. Sumail will go down for 26 seconds. There was even a TP rotation, but was cancelled underneath that tier 1 tower.
Yeah, you really have to watch your positioning. When you get 3 stacked from a Bat Rider, you have to just really watch out. He lets himself getting 4 stacked and then just Flame break back. So a nice, easy, straightforward kill for Inflame. We're now going on the way for EG. So last hit there for Fear.
That's particularly the trade-off. Although CDEC.YOUTH get their own tier 1 tower down bottom, and AIM now not only has that tier 1 tower, but he gets up to 1,000 gold as well as the armlet. So Dazzle Huskar is going to start getting scary here pretty soon. Might start rotating around the map. How early do you get involved? Is it when you get that armlet for the Huskar?
Yeah, I mean, that's always when you want to get involved. Like, you're the strongest person on the map at that point. There's no way you don't want to go run at people.
We'll wait and see if he does.
Even the Bat Rider is, I mean, even giving up those kills from Sumail is like pretty detrimental. Inflame has very good timing, level 9. Like you said, he had his drum, almost his drum finished up. Now he has drum, he has a raindrop as well, and he has 800 gold. So very good timings coming up for him when he wants to go for that Blink Dagger.
I mean, that kill really helped out, I think, a lot. I mean, the early drum especially is something you see pretty commonly on Bat Riders. A great pickup, and it's going to help his team out a lot if they want to engage in more than just a one or two man initiation. Is going to help his team out. But EG will be the team to smoke up and try to find some sort of initiation. There's 2 mid. It looks like they're heading down towards that bottom lane, or at least into the jungle further, and then down bottom you can see that CDEC.YOUTH are sitting behind that tower. The only person that's really out in front is that Slaughter up in the top lane who's going to the side shop. So EG are going to have to dive deep here. They might just put wards down Fogged at this point. I mean, I don't think they want to go too deep for a kill here.
It looks like they want to try to catch the Bat Rider farming for his Blink Dagger, or maybe the Slaughter finish of the Blink, or the Huskar farming low on Armlet, but they don't actually find anything. Looks like they might get on the back line of the Huskar here.
Huskar. He's tough to take down, but they have a lot of heroes here, and they have Omni-Touch as well. They're going to jump it with the Life Break. Great disruption to keep the hero alive for the time being, but he will end up falling, but there's that Blade Fury. They break down to the Omni-Slash as well, and now everyone falling low from CDEC. They get the Soul Catcher off on Inflame as well as Die trying to get out. You can see he'll be taking the damage from the Firefly as well as the Sticky Napalm. He's in trouble. It looks like it will turn into a 2-for-2, but it is a safe lane hero as well as your offlaner going down for a support and offlaner on EG's side.
Yeah, it looked like the arrow almost caught the Huskar as he life braked. I couldn't really tell if he was stunned during it, but either way, he got walked over on. The A blast actually misses. I think it only hit the Bat Rider there, but either way, Fear was able to stick on top of him, get the Omni Slash on top of him, and the Huskar was low enough from armlet toggling, gets cleaned up. Slaughter as well, caught in the middle of the fray. Universe now gets a really nice roar. Arrow onto Inflame, nice swap out coming in.
The Ice Blast gonna hit. Disruption, well, that'll make sure it doesn't, but there's good Soul Catcher. On top of that, he will go down to the Blade Fury with the Starstorm. AIM was looking for a life break. Now there's going to be the Grave Element XC. Won't go down. I think he survives. The Shadow Poison is not there, so he should survive this engagement, at least for the time being. Fear now being hunted by both Victoria as well as AIM. They might be able to cut him off at the pass, but now Fear realizing he's penned in as the Slaughter's coming by as well. Victoria will scout him out. There's the Blade Fury. Should not have Brave available. He just used it. Shadow Wave will go, and Fear will find himself another kill. Dominating spree for the Juggernaut, and they find the kill onto the Slaughter with a Starstorm hitting up and doing damage. There's the Life Break. No Omni Slash, no Blade Fury for 5. He does have some HP going his way. I believe he had the Healing Ward going for a fair bit, but that's it. It's a 3-for-0 trade.
Oh my god, Fear just put in so much work.
He literally just walked around killing people.
He just ran around in circles. He gets 2 kills out of it. They even get the Slaughter because they're chasing him in circles. He gets caught by an arrow on the TP on the tower. EG gets a tower as well after all that huge 2-minute succession for EG.
I mean, honestly, it feels like CDEC.YOUTH aren't necessarily laning poorly. They're not having a bad laning phase. It's just that it's like that transition into the the 10-minute mark is where it starts really, I think, unraveling for them. That's how it felt in these past couple of moments, and especially in the last game as well. PPD will go down to the Firefly. Inflame still putting in work, trying to get that Blink Dagger. He's 5-1-0, and he might be able to find Fear. It would be a tough kill for him, but he won't go any further, and instead they'll turn their attention toward mid with the Huskar. He'll head back to the jungle with Victoria. They'll continue to farm up, and I think that Blink Dagger is your sign of hope for the Bat Rider and for CDEC.YOUTH as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when your Huskar joins into the first engagement, doesn't get hit by the Ice Blast and dies anyway, it's pretty sad, but this is definitely one of the signs of life are going to start coming out. The Blink on the Bat Rider and just trying to take the fights on their own accord. They really have to protect this Huskar though. The bench has to be really aware of his positioning in these fights.
Universe is walking up. You can see, I think there was a roar expended, I believe, on the Bat Rider. Inflame is fine though. The Ice Blast will hit into XC. That'll do some nice damage, but Inflame is getting slowed down by the poison, as you can see. And Fear's got that Omni Slash. It's a solo target. This is an easy kill. Fear can find it. And there it goes. Omni Slash. It is only level 1. They will get off the grave in time. And in flame, he can't afford to die. And it looks like he will. The Starstorm won't be able to kill him, but he will end up falling to Fear's right click. Disruption from Die. They can retreat in time. Smeal isn't falling for CDEC.YOUTH, and actually buyback for Inflame. They want to take this. Burning Spears will take Zai down. Will end up falling here. They're looking for Fear as well. Demons is on the hunt. He's got the sprint going. They do catch him. They have, of course, the vision coming out with that amplified damage. But for the Slithering Crush, the sprint forward is up in 2 seconds if they need it. The slow comes in. Now the X-Blast going on to Ames. He doesn't get himself a triple kill, but he will end up shattering to the cold feet as well as the Ice Blast. Fear is still alive. He's going to go ahead and use and Blade Fury. Flame Break did miss because of it. And again, because the buyback came through from that Batrider, there is no Blink Dagger for him at this point in time. And you can see how much gold he lost. 755 throughout that team fight and for the buyback.
Yeah, they now I think EG kind of recognized, yeah, let's just use our Roar exclusively on Huskar, I think. Every time we use it on somebody else, it's going to be problematic to bring him down. It's like, if we don't blow the Huskar up instantly in these fights with our ultimates, we just kind of have to run away and reset the engagement. Sumail now being chased. Oh my god,
Haste Rune. Slithering Crush will go. Does he have Lasso? Is he going to get it off in time? Yes.
Oh, he gets it off.
And it looks like this should still be a kill. He will end up going down. Ice Blast is there, but it will be too late to help out Sumail, and in the end, it's going to be him going down. And that will help Inflame, because he does get that kill. Should give him a fair bit of change going the way towards that Blink Dagger again. It's like the biggest talking point. This entire game is like, it hinges on the Blink Dagger for me, honestly, for that Batrider.
God, that's going to be such a crappy feeling, though. Just like, oh, Haste Rune right in front of me, please, God, no! And then you just die like that. Oh, gotta feel for Sumail there.
It's like Ice Frog's like, I'll give you the rune.
Yeah, you can have it, but you can't use it. At least he didn't use it, right? At least he didn't
bottle up, I believe. Yeah, he does.
So
that could come in play later.
Yep.
We'll come back to the Haste Rune at some point in time. But for now, Jug's still leading the net worth right now, building into what I imagine to be a Manta Style, as he has a Yasha and recipe. I would imagine that recipe is for the Manta Style. Gets that Ultimate Orb next. And then, of course, Sumail, not having necessarily the best game, but still, Phase Boots, Aquila, Raindrop Wand.
Still skipping the Moonlight Shadow point. I really thought he'd get it a little bit earlier this game.
Did he get it early last game?
I think he usually goes for this type of build, maybe not waiting so long to get it, but I feel like it can actually be really useful having that point in for them just to get the retreats off successfully.
Victoria is going to get scouted out, walked out at the wrong time. Roar will come through, they will get this kill without him being able to use Grave. No keep your reactions coming out from the rest of CDEC.YOUTH, and so it will be a free tower for Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, pretty late though getting that on tier 1. Usually you see it going down between that 12-minute or 16 minutes. Just a bit late for EG to get into that aggressive manner on the enemy side of the map.
And it is the Blink Dagger now available for Inflame, but he did walk by an Observer Ward, so I think it was scouted out. And you're going to have to play a bit more carefully for Evil Geniuses. Even after he just bought back, he is got that Blink Dagger still pretty quickly. Would have liked it a little bit earlier, but now there's a Manta Style coming out for the Juggernaut.
That's an early Manta, 16-minute base Manta killer.
Yeah. He's really well this game.
Yeah. Level 11 as well.
When we look at CS, I would imagine it's focusing everyone by a fair bit. Actually, the Huskar is up there, way further up. His Spears is getting a lot of kills. Deny, perfectly done from Sumail, nicely timed. And he'll shoot an arrow into Roshan just for good measure as well. As CDEC.YOUTH are looking for more, but they're going to be barking up the wrong tree. As guess what, EG, they're going to find the big guy, and they're going to find the Aegis for more than likely this Juggernaut.
That's the power of the Beastmaster on Dire. That's why it was so prominent. That's why we saw it happening so much, and that right there was a perfect description of it. You see that completely unaware that was even happening.
I mean, in Universe, obviously having a pretty great series in the Beastmaster so far.
Yep.
These 2 games, and yeah, I mean, it's so easy. EG pick Dire, they get into Roshan, you know, an early stage of the game, you know, 15 minutes roughly last game, or a little bit earlier than that. And then in this game, they have the Manta Style. They go in with some of the summons. Here's that Smoke Blink Lasso. Universe Moonlight Shadow will go. They have the Death Blow immediately. Magic Missile goes as well. Wave of Tear. The arrow just going to aim. I don't think they want to engage into this, though, not without that Roar. And EG will just back away and actually head towards. Will drop down a Sentry.
Ooh, looks like there was some lag there. Yeah, everyone just stopped moving. That was very weird.
That was some lag. Yep. All right. So CDEC.YOUTH That's a pretty big kill on Universe.
Value as well. He popped the Arcane Rune right before he used his Firefly and his lasso, so it's going to be up a little bit sooner.
Up in 44 seconds, ready to go. So that's not that long of a wait for that lasso to come up again. And again, the Firefly, especially 7 seconds. So, I mean, CDEC.YOUTH right now, I don't think you should really. I mean, they might have had a bad maybe 2 to 3 minutes around that 10-minute mark, but they're still doing okay. Sumail's not having that impact.
Yeah, they're doing just fine. I mean, it's not really that one-sided at all in this game so far. It's very close. EG does, however, get that very uncontested Roshan, and they have a couple more tier 1s, so.
Well, the arrow will hit in flame, and we'll see if they want to go. The Ice Blast is going to come out. No self-destruction. Obviously, good blanket time. It just Ice Blast is so slow at level 1. Slithering Crush is going to hit onto 2. Nicely done. Spear weaved up as well. Pop the Manta Style. See that dangerously close to taking a very strong fight there. But no, again, no lasso for them to use in that engagement. It's still on cooldown. They'll arrow up the catapult. They'll bring down the creep wave, and CDEC.YOUTH will back up together and sit up on the high ground, waiting for perhaps EG to make the move over there and for them to spring the trap.
They like that ward. They placed the same ward last game.
That's pretty. I've noticed over the course of the week with the summon and of course this tournament that's a pretty common ward actually. It's more common than you would anticipate. It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it's an interesting position for it.
Is lasso back up? It should be at this point. I believe it is. Yes. Lasso's ready to go. Ogre Club. There it is. They're gonna find Sumail. No force staff back. He can leap away. Flame break a little bit too late to the party, and unfortunately won't be able to push it back any further. But still, the Firefly and the PPD, he is in trouble. The Weep's going to come out though with Pierce, looking for that Omni Slash. He's going to find it onto AIM to swap out in time, and still AIM is going to go to work now. And look at that damage. The self-destruction or truly the destruction coming out into the Juggernaut. Still going to work. The Manta Style is popped, and Fear will end up falling, but that's just the agents. They've gotten a kill onto the Huskar side. Still getting low. Will end up falling to the Illusions. Inflame finds himself a double kill. They find a way to tear up onto Fear as well. He got stunned for a second. Snow will try to shoot away. Flame Break not there in time to push him back. Inflame had it on cooldown. Fear Blade curing away. And Flame looking to chase him down. Sticky Napalm. No more Blade Fury. No more Omni Slash. He has the healing ward, but that is it. And Fear pops the Manta Style to get off the stack. Still in trouble. Will turn. Looks man fight. It looks like a Shadow Wave coming through, doing even more damage. And here comes Sumail. And that will stop the aggression from Inflame. He has to blink back and away. That could have been the kill if he didn't have that Manta Style, but unfortunately was not able to get any much else. But they still do get 3 kills on the side of CDEC.YOUTH. They only lose their Huskar. That is a pretty good fight, all things considered, for the Radiant squad.
Oh, absolutely. Scrappy engagements, and I mean, they're looking pretty favorable for CDEC.YOUTH. They keep losing the Huskar, which is unfortunate, but you can see, like, if EG doesn't get the Ice Blast on top of the Huskar, the fights look very weird, so they have to just keep hoping for that. CDEC has to keep hoping for that, but EG really has to start positioning in a better way to get the Ice Blasts over the top in a better way.
So you can see that the Huskar has built up an Ogre Club, and I mean, he wants to go for a survivability item, but what is it going to be? We've seen Dragonlance Huskar before. Do you think that's going to be the item choice? It's a little bit of both. It's HP and armor, which is nice, so.
Dragonlance or Halberd, I mean, that's the usual standard.
Yeah, it is the Dragonlance, as you call it. It's just such an efficient item in so many ways. Again, we talked about the stats, but also the range is pretty nice as well. Necro 2 done for Universe a little bit later than the previous game, but the previous game they were rolling at 20 minutes. I mean, the game ended at 30. Sumail finds with the solo take up on Victorian's Dazzle. He does get Flame Break. Swap back. Magic Missile is going to be there as well. He's going to end up dying for this.
Not worth it.
No, it's a kill on a support Dazzle, and he gives his life up to 3 heroes in the process.
He was probably very confused why so many people were up there. He saw the bottom lane pushing in, he saw the mid lane pushing in, and they have wards in the area, and he just... he still didn't really expect people to be all around a Dazzle like that. So, a little bit of unfortunate for Sumail. You can see what he was going for, but definitely not worth it.
His progression feels like it's been stifled since the beginning of the game. He just got that step of wizardry. The rest of his items he's had since like maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, he's had the point booster up on the career for a bit, so he's like 1.5 piece away from the Aghanims, but much slower than we usually see. Like 22 minutes, we usually see him have it already for quite a while.
There's the Yule Scepter picked up for the Batrider. More movement speed to work with, not to mention ways to cancel the TP or set up a kill or even keep yourself alive and avoid some of that Ice Blast damage. XZ does go down, and Demon actually is going to get roared up. I think he went a little too hard trying to save his ally, but he will end up giving a double kill to PPD on the Ancient Apparition.
That was a very weird jump by the Slardar. His teammate was already dead. I thought he had backup coming. I looked at the minimap. I'm like, oh, there's actually no one coming. Like, that was he just kind of threw his life away there. So definitely a misplaced play there by the Slaughter.
I think
But
the Venge was trying to ward, and then the Slaughter was just like, I'm gonna save you. All right, we're dead.
yeah.
So,
But these like small mistakes can really start just ending up super quickly. Like that, like Sumail dying for the Dazzle, that's one. Like the Slaughter dying after the Venge is definitely another. Like both teams though don't be seeming to be playing the most crisp at they usually do or at their usual level.
I feel like EG played a very solid game last game. This game, not so much. I think Sumail's making mistakes that he didn't necessarily make in that last game. I think he's going a little too hard. He's getting caught out a little too much. If you're playing a standard for your game, he's getting class. So now there's a little too far. But he's already used that flame fury. No mana for Omni Class. Good self-destruction from Zai, however, actually keeps him alive. Flame break back, there's no further aggression. Ice Blast will sail through. We'll hit up into Influence, that'll be it for the time being. And Shadow Wave is going to come a little too late, but it will clear out the Creep Wave at the very least. I thought Theo was going to die there, but they didn't want to go any further. They weren't sure who was with him. It was just Zai at the time, but you could have seen Universe getting there a little bit earlier and roaring and maybe making that a bit of a better fight for EG.
Yep. I mean, even look at Peter's farm. Yeah. Peter's almost got a Yule Scepter and Arcane Boots.
He is not the 6 anymore.
This is a whole new Peter.
He is ahead of the poor Dazzle, so that's he's playing the 6 this game, I suppose. But
I guess the one biggest concern I would have for EG is that, like we've been mentioning, Sumail's farm is a little bit low. Universe, I feel like, is actually a little bit slowed down as well. We tend to see his book 3 come out between like the 18 to 20 minute mark. I want to say 24 minutes, a little bit later than his usual timing. So their timings are a bit stifled in that essence, especially because the Huskar is looking so farmed. While looking at CDEC.YOUTH, their draft is just kind of all in on this Huskar thing like we've been mentioning. So it's really a lot on him.
Oh boy, they blow up both of those heroes. Fear gets a double kill. No chance for a grave from the Dazzle. He got absolutely destroyed. They roared up the Huskar, as you had talked about. That was their #1 priority.
Yeah.
And then he just gets destroyed by Diffusal Blade. All this mana instantly drained from the Mantle Illusions at him.
Yeah, and that's kind of what stinks when you have like this. Your draft is super like, okay, it's a Huskar draft. You know, we have like some other heroes and stuff, but this for the most part is a Huskar draft. And if you can just get roared like that and burst it down, like that, you're like, there's something not so right now. We have to be super aware of our positioning with our supports in this draft, just because of the nature of it. You know, you're playing a Huskar draft. You have to have like your Venge and your Dazzle playing really far behind him at all times.
I mean, really, at this point, I feel like the Slaughter is a glorified amp damage and Slithering Crush. He's not really accomplishing that much, and as good as Xe is going to swap back Universe, but I don't think they can fight this. It looks like they don't have detection. They finally will Dust, but this is very dangerous. Blink away, the Slaughter was about to get gone on the Fear. The Ice Blast does end up hitting onto the Vengeful Spear, and the Bat Rider is going to stop in his tracks. Now looking for PPD, might find him. Blade Break is going to push him back. Should get this kill. So they're going to crush down to 2. I don't know how far they want to chase. They will at least get PPD. Okay, that's the end of the fight.
Yeah, they just wanted to catch at least one hero. I think Fear, I don't know, I think Universe was like amped or something, but Fear perched him. So, I mean, it's nothing like a big deal, like something to show, but just that he recognized it and that you can tell EG is thinking a lot and they have teamwork right there. Just these small little things let you at least recognize some cool tricks like that.
I feel like that's kind of the modus operandi of how Fear played when he was carry at TI5. It was a lot of team play with that.
Teamwork.
It was a lot of teamwork for TI5 EG.
I love seeing like little things like that. Like, you have a Diffusal Blade, but 90% of the time you never see people use it on anyone else but themselves unless they're killing somebody. They don't use it on a teammate to help them out.
Yeah.
So I love when people do like small things like that.
Damn, 3 Diffusal charges just for 1 kill, and it's like I'm a support or something.
Yeah.
But going back to CDEC, I was saying about the Bat Rider. I just feel like the Bat Rider can do so much, but he's not going to be able to transition into that late game carry for you. He can't do all the damage. He can't make all of the space. He can do some work with a good lasso. He will be able to find enough fear, but actually the disruption comes down, and he gets purged as well. Demonic Purge and an Inflame. Luckily in the tree line, he'll use himself now and avoid that damage. The Omni Slash coming through, doing a fair bit to demons, but he'll be able to back away. And the Huskar has been caught out there. It's going to go the Ice Slash for the Blade Fury. Slithering Crush will not be able to help him, and he will go down as Fear picks up a monster killing streak. Now, not only that, but Inflame is in some trouble. He has Blink up in 3. Sumail on the other side gets another kill onto the Dazzle this time around. And Zai is going toe-to-toe with Inflame. And it looks like he will end up falling. Oh, one more right click and there it is. 4 dead for CDEC.YOUTH, and all of a sudden this turned sour. The past 5 minutes have maybe not been the best, but it didn't look this bad. And now the goal exchange, 3.5k going the way of EG, and they are about to take a set of ranks down in this.
looking extremely similar to the way the last game went down. It was just like one actual big fight kind of happens, and EG just knows how to take the fight in a better manner than CDEC.YOUTH, and they just do it. They have the tools to do it, and they get the initiation jump. So right there again, they get the perfect. Bat Rider messes up the slaughter, and then those small mistakes, you're able to get chased out, and EG just completely cleans you up. They get the roar on top of the Huskar, as we mentioned. Whoa, that's
a buyback. They really want to contest this Roche. They think EG's back in the Roche, which is a pretty, I think, common thought. But
yeah, that was like, I mean, as soon as EG sees that, there's no way if they were doing the Roche, they would keep doing it.
I mean, they can just, at this point, EG are kind of either they're setting a trap or they're just playing passively right now, and either or is fine, as Mirana is again going for that Lincoln Sphere build. I don't know what you need to do as Huskar to stop getting roared, whether you need to have a Lotus Orb on your team or whether you need to have a Lincoln Sphere. You probably can't do anything about it. I think you just have to have better positioning, because right now the Huskar is getting targeted and he's all of their damage essentially, and he's just getting killed every time.
I mean, even if you're not getting roared, you can just get purged in a lot of these fights. I mean, sure, it's not an Ag's purge, so it doesn't remove your Berserker blood, but still. Oh no, and he glasses an illusion, and the Huskar gets arrowed.
Thing that could happen. That is an arrow now coming in that's going to be an Ice Blast. Good swap attack, but no, it gets hit up by the Ice Blast, and XC will die for it anyways. The Huskar is going to hightail it out of there. The Shadow Poison gives them vision to try to chase them down. The leap forward, Sumail looking for an arrow or perhaps a Starstorm, either of which is fine. They get the stun off there. It is the arrow. The Starstorm not doing enough damage. It's an A's turn to turn now. He's got to fight this. He's got the Brave up ready to go. He'll at least take Sumail down before dying to the Shadow Poison, amongst other things, and PPD will secure himself a double kill, and again, it's 4 more dead for CDEC.YOUTH.
I mean, the fight was just super unfortunate. They lassoed the Juggernaut illusion. EG is very well aware of how they want to take the approach of that fight. Flame getting chased out.
I believe he's dead. I believe he is dead. One way or the other, he is going to fall. Yeah. And it's going to be Zai getting the kill with the Shadow Poison in the end as the last right click, as Roche is, he's a bit...
Because, yeah, it's so hard for CDEC to really do these fights properly, because they have, forms of initiation and stuff, but if the fights get prolonged, they don't even, really win these prolonged fights, because there's healing ward on the side of EG, and they can't even make the fights get prolonged, because the AA Blast just messes up everything. Huskar dies, he throws 3 auto attacks instead. He's just already locked down and then Ice Blasted.
He just walks up in a bad position, and he gets...
I mean, that one he got arrowed.
Yeah, so that's true. Yeah, and they were already trying to get out at that time, but in all of the fights prior to this, Huskar's his ability to find good positioning has just not been there. He's gotten, roared multiple times. He just got arrowed in that particular instance. It's just not been a good game for this Huskar, unfortunately, and he is, again, if you're going to be picking a Dazzle Huskar strategy, number one, I think they should have banned out
I think you have to ban the AA.
Yeah, this is going back to what you get. You guys were super surprised to see the AA not get banned. Yeah. I was right there with you, but...
It's like the AA's job is just so easy. You don't even have to direct hit the Huskar. You just have to fly your Ice Blast past him, get the debuff on him. The Venge's job is almost impossible. He has to try to swap him before the Ice Blast goes off. And even then, the Huskar's positioning then is he's completely out of the fight. That's not where you want your Huskar. You want your Huskar in the midst of the fray, beating the crap out of people. But he can't versus the lineup of EG.
And he's going to have to go for a BKB to try to just deal with the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast. But even then, I don't know if that's enough. It's not even anywhere near enough.
That's not what you want. If you're a Huskar and you're going BKB, then you probably didn't really feel like it was the best Huskar game, but also going BKB into EG's draft. You're versus a Beastmaster, you're versus a Juggernaut. It's heavy physical damage coming out from those heroes.
And we haven't even talked about Fear and
his farm.
Yeah, I don't want to make it sound like this. It was all on this Huskar. I'm sure he had some bad positioning here and there, but a lot of it has been EG's positioning and what they've been doing in the game.
It's not on the player. It's on the it's a Huskar draft, so you have to kind of put the theme of the game is the Huskar, so they really have to figure out a way to do it better than what's been happening so far.
Yeah, and right now they are a set of racks down, have to defend into a Juggernaut with an Aegis and a newly minted Scotty, not to mention still 3 more Diffusal Blade charges and a Mantis Style that he's had for a long time. So Fear is going to be on the front lines, constantly popping those Manta styles and continuing to send his, not only illusions up, but his body up to that tier 3 tower to finish us off the slow siege, dismantling in Fear. It's clear he wants to go for more, but on the backside, his Flame was looking for a lasso, and then he finds an Ice Blast, and more than likely his death on top of it. No buyback, he just used it not too long ago. There's the Omni Blast. BKB is going to go the swap, will only save XZ and aim for a fair bit of time. He gets self-destructed, and he will be able to back up in a way they can't even bring down his H. He will take some damage from the Burning Spears. And the Huskar is having enough trouble as it is with those illusions as well as the creeps. They will take the set of racks for EG. They're going to find demons as well. He gets stunned up. He is going to get Graves. There's the Cold Teeth. Shadow Poison will be able to bring him down, and that's going to be it. GG. Coming out, Evil Geniuses, your TI5 champions.
I like that the agents did bring it up right after.
He's doing some nice camera work there, observing, but still, Evil Geniuses, the TI5 champions, of course, with one player changed, swapped around, and of course Zai's in that role, that AUR.